First tonight, the build-up has begun. We're just 48 hours away from destiny as England's women footballers aim to make it third time lucky in the final of the European Championships.
Their sensational journey to Wembley is inspiring a whole new generation of girls to take to the pitch. And the tournament has given a boost to one of the region's biggest cities.
Well, Sophie Wiggins is there in Milton Keynes tonight for us. Hi, Sophie. England's success, so important, isn't it? But not just on the pitch.
It is. I mean, for people here locally alone in Milton Keynes, this is of huge importance. I mean, they've got a local girl from nearby Newport Pagnell, Leah Williamson, who's the captain of the team. But also, Milton Keynes as a city has hosted 4 of the matches. That includes the second semi-final of France against Germany. And that's been a huge inspiration to local girls who are dreaming of maybe playing in something like that themselves one day. And we've spoken to a few of them earlier.
What a celebration.
Yeah. Well, that's it, Sophie, though, isn't it? The tournament not just good for Milton Keynes, but for the profile of women's football too.
Absolutely. I mean, Milton Keynes has played a really important role in the history of women's football, but it's not just the hosting. They've also had so much support from all the local teams, including Milton Keynes City Football Club. A few of their players are behind us now. But joining us is Jane Carr, and you are one of the local councillors for the area where Leah grew up, aren't you? And, you know, what kind of impact does that have on Milton Keynes?
It's enormous. You know, the whole thing has been fantastic. You know, the town of Newport Pagnell is very, very, very proud of Leah, but so's the whole city now. And this is a generation of girls that are going to be inspired by her and by the other players around them. You know, this is so important, and the legacy is absolutely essential for the sport.
And Dave is actually head of football for the club. And again, having someone like Leah must be so inspirational to these players and, you know, maybe help to recruit a few more.
Yeah, massively. To know that Leah's played on sort of these pictures that these girls play on week in, week out, it's fantastic to see. And at Milton Keynes City, we've only seen a growth in how many girls are playing football now. The Euros is only going to help that.
And speaking of inspirations, we've got another local one here. Celine's just signed a contract to be a new goalkeeper with Stevenage. Now, you know, what does that mean for you, and what are you hoping this legacy brings?
It shows that women's football is growing and growing, like, year on year. And these girls, when they grow up, there'll be a lot more for them going than it was maybe when Leah was around, because money, sponsorship, it wasn't as big as it was then, but now it just keeps growing and women's football's getting bigger and bigger.
Absolutely, well, that's the hope. Well, the Euros fever is certainly going to soar over the next couple of days, and people are going to be hopefully crowding around their tellies to see if the Lionesses can create history. But I think no matter what happens, the hope here is that the enthusiasm continues to rise for women's football, and then that passion is really long-lasting way past Sunday's final.
I think it will be.
It
Thank
certainly
you so
will be.
much.
Thanks, Sophie.
Thanks, girls.